Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. This is Jersey and today we have a special island tour and I'm so excited for this one. We are going all the way to Germany and we are gonna visit Soho. Soho is one of those creators that it will blow your mind what she has done, the way she decorates, the way she approaches her island, the style, just everything that she's done, the composition from beginning to end, the way everything is just, it flows, the streets, the signs, the buildings, everything. And it's just mind-blowing. And like always, we always start off walking out. And look at this view. Did you see that view of the town as we walk out? It's gorgeous, just right away, complete, beautiful landscaping, the way the layout is, the roads, everything. And then as we pan around, look at the trees, look at just everything, the way she does it. I love the spacing in between items, the trees, the sidewalks, everything is so placed out. And look at that mailbox right there in the top. Oh man, that's just details like that. Like, I never thought about putting a mailbox in front of the town hall, but it makes so much sense. I think that's just perfection right there. And look at the layout. Look how she's using the materials, the trees, the way she's planting all her bushes, all the flowers, and the landscape. And look, this is something that I want to approach. Look how she leaves dirt and grass and dirt. Not the whole, all the dirt is not covered, right? And I thought that was so clever and so good. And then some sections are mown, like you see over here, and other sections are not. And then this going down the middle of her town, this canal with the bridges and the fountains and the way everything is just divided and just the way it's laid out is so good. And look at that. When you look all the way down and you see this, it's just the viewing and it just makes you feel good. And I was like, man, this town is awesome. This is just amazing. And look at the benches, look at the bridge and the way the canal, and then everything, it just goes into one little lane, goes under the bridge, and then it opens up again. That ability, that idea is just amazing. And then here we're seeing what she has done on her island, so we can see kind of where the town's at. And I was unsure like which way to go, which way do I want it to go, because I was so excited. I was just eager to see this island because I was here one time, I got a little glimpse and I was so amazed. And like always, I like when people do this. Look at this, the trees, and then they use the new flower beds and they bury them, and then you get that little edge on the top and you make that around and you put flowers around it. Such a nice touch. It's just, I love that. I love how that looks. I love how that feels. And then she did it in a composition. As you go down, you see the other one as well. It's just so good. And I love the way she just approaches that. The way she does nature is also so good. And you guys are gonna see that as we continue, as we walk, and it's just good. I like that she has a lot of benches across her island in different areas. Keep an eye on that. The way she does all these sittings, because we just saw two of them right next to the town hall. There's one right over here. It's just a little area, right? There's the visitor campsite right there. She does a little sitting area right here, and it brings nature, right? The one thing that I noticed is when I'm walking her island, right? You're walking into sections that feel very town-like, and then you get pockets of nature, just like this one. Nothing big, it's just a little pocket, and bam, you got nature right there. I love this view. I think this view is so good. You see the docks, and she has so many good viewing points. But now we continue, and we're gonna walk through here, and we get to this little like boat market area. You got the bank, you got Tread's place, and then it's just the layout. Like, I like the combination with Sally's place right here with all the umbrellas, everything just together. It just flows so good, you know? And I was like, man, this little plaza, this little open area, this little market, just depending how the right way is, the way you envision it, but it's just so good. And I like how she's using all the festive lights and the garland. It's so good. And then I like this dock. You see this dock, the way it's divided, and the way you got one more over here, the open space, and then another one, and the same thing on the other side. And it's not perfect, right? It's not like super aligned. The way she uses the rope is perfect. It made the build feel so much real. And to me, those details are just game changing, because it makes the build, it makes the area feel realistic. And I love that. And the way she uses the rope fence here, and you know, I've been using the pillars, but this opened my mind that I need to use the rope fence more for the boats, because you feel you have that rope tied up, right? And that idea, that design, the combination of those two is perfect. And that's something that I want to start doing going forward, because I think it's just so good. Okay, and of course, I needed to go here. This is one of the areas that I wanted to go first, because I wanted to see a finish. You know, I was here, I did a collab with Soho, and we did the lighthouse, right? And it looks so good from right here. She did such a good job decorating the area, making it feel. And I remember when she used to explain in the vision, like she wanted to have the person that runs the lighthouse, that has his own little house there, that lives there, and she made that feel so realistic, so good. And it just feels alive again, like it's our own mini island, just right there, just by itself. And look at this, as we get here and we park the sailboat and we get out, look at this. This is unbelievable. I love the barrels on the water. That's just a good touch with the rocks. The way she uses the ramps for the sand to make the slope is genius. It's just amazing, and I've loved that. And it's just the whole creative concept, right? And then she has the sand, and then she has the tropical grass, and then we just hit the lighthouse, but then we got more sand again. You got sand coming out, and then the ramps leading towards the ocean. It's so good. And then the combination with the rocks, palm trees buried in the sand and on the water. You can see the flower boxes again, the way she uses them, you know. And it's so hard. It's so hard to explain how amazing this combination, the item placement. And look at all the items that she's using. Again, more benches, more seating area. I like how she left that barrel. It's so good, you know. And that's something that I noticed in other islands too. And going forward, sometimes, you know, those barrels, if we leave them in a specific place, can look really good to use them as a decoration tool. And here it looks great. And I like just the way she's using the flower pots and the flower, and the combination of flowers she picked. It goes really well with the combination of the lighthouse, because everything is white. You got the little house that's also white with the green, and then she's using the flower with the pink and the whites and all the green and some of the reds. It's so good. It just feels good, looks good, and it's so well done. And I'm so happy to see it and to walk it and to see this structure completely done. I like we have the crash of the sailboat, but then we have this little umbrella, we have the towel so you can lay on it, and it's just, look how good this looks. It's amazing. I mean, what more can we say? It's truly such a good job, so unique style, and you can see it. This is Soho. This is her style. This seating area, that's the other thing. We're gonna notice a lot of seating areas like this in her island, but there are places that when you sit and you look around, they're always in such great spots. It's like she's actually searching for the best spot, not just to put the table, but she's testing it and sitting and looking around to see if this is the best seating area. At least that's what I receive. That's what I'm receiving when I'm walking her island, when I'm sitting down, when I'm seeing everything that she's doing in this place. And it's truly incredible. This dock is also really well done, with the stall, with the barrels, with the crates, the big fish right here, and again, the rope fence. Such a nice touch. And again, look, another couch right there, another great seating area. And I like this combination right here. You see all these rocks, and then you get the crocodile statue right there, just elevated. And it's just, you know, it's ways that she approaches us. It's way that she comes across with the item and the way she utilizes the items. I just don't think like that, you know, and the way she uses the greenery, like right here. Look at the hibiscus. I would never put them on top just of the brick, but she does it and it looks so good. Like it's one of those things, right? Like when, like I can't think about it like that, but when I see it and when I see it done, the way she does it is amazing. And look, another bench, another seating area. You go around with the camera and everything looks on point. Everything looks so good. And again, look at the tree and look at the flower boxes buried down, giving you a whole different type of texture, a whole type of different feeling to the build, to the experience, to the enjoyment. Because if you're looking for the detail, you see it. But then sometimes you're looking at the island, and if you're not looking for those details, you're like, what makes this island look so good? And exactly that. It's just those details that sometimes they blend in. But again, here we go. We're gonna cross this bridge and we're gonna get to this little small farm area. Because guys, there's another farm here that is just unbelievable. But we're gonna talk about this one. So this one is smaller. This one is just here, and we have flowers. We got your grass. You know, it's a very cutesy farm, you know, very cozy. This one reminds me like those type of games like Harvest Moon, Story of Season, you know, it has that vibe. And the more we're gonna walk it, the more you're gonna see it. It's so freaking cute the way she did it. It's just cute. But I love it. I love the view right here. The way you see across the land, you start seeing the farm, right? I like the windmill. Like you see the windmill from far away, you start seeing some beehive. And then as we walk the trail, right? Look at these pockets of flowers. This is not the first island that I've seen this. We've seen this in other amazing islands, and it's so good to see all that color of the new flowers. Because the new flowers are amazing with their textures. It's just, they look so good. But pockets of flowers like this, you know, it's amazing. They look so good when we see it in the tours, in the islands. And I don't do it. I don't do it enough, and I need to do it. I need to think more like Soho, more like the other people that we've been visiting in islands, because it's truly visually is so good to look at. Okay, so now we get to the area where the greenhouse is, and so this is part of this whole build, right? Everything belongs together, is all together right here, belonging to the greenhouse. And as we walk around, we start seeing how this farm, this little section, it just whops around, and you get this nice view right here. You know, you feel the openness, but then you see all the trees behind it, and the combination, the way she combines the trees, right? Because we have gumwood trees here, and then we got the normal trees, we got the jacaranda trees, we got like all these combinations of trees, right? And they all match so good. And it's so good to see gumwood trees. You know, I like the gumwood trees. We don't see them enough. Not a lot of people using them. A lot of people don't appreciate them enough, how to utilize them in a build. But guys, look the way Soho uses them. It's really good. You know, and if you're ever lost, as you're watching this tour, take screenshots, because you are gonna want to do this. And I like the next thing that we're gonna see here is, you know, this farm, they need their water, right? And there you got all the sprinklers in the area, and the way she hides them, the way she hides everything, so everything is blended in, and it just makes so much sense. It's not just sitting out there, it's blending with the building, surrounded by trees, surrounded by the area, but she makes it look natural, right? It doesn't make it feel like it's just a box, and it's just those water tanks are just inside this box. It's like it's built into the build, and It's amazing. It's just amazing how she does it. And I love that. I've loved that about Soho because her technique is so good. But look how pretty this look. Look at this. It's just sections and sections. Small sections of beautiful farm, different vegetable, all the plantation, and then the centerpiece. This centerpiece that is surrounding the farm, right? Like the farm is around the pool. This centerpiece is so beautiful, right? With the rocks and the water coming down. It's like a big water fountain, very nature, you know, and it's just pretty. It's just so good to look at. And I love the benches. Like, look at this. Look how good she does. Like I'm telling you, every bench is just put in the right place, so you just enjoy the build. It's amazing. And then she was telling me that I gotta get up there and look in the middle. And once I got there, I saw the water tank, and I was like, this is genius. This is so good. With all the trees around it, hiding the water tank, you will completely forget about it. And she has something beautiful that complements her farm, her area, all the gardens, and it's just amazing. And I like every side is different. Every side of this centerpiece is decorated, and the water flows very different. And one side has a lot of rocks, the other side has the bench, the other side has more like a little pool feel, and it's just all four sides are completely different, but at the same time it flows together. Look at this bench with all that water coming down behind it. It's top notch. It's just the details again, and that's why, you know, I was so excited with this, because it's what people want. You know, I've been hearing that. I've been hearing how people want to hide more things or use things in a whole different way, or how we can create more ideas, more centerpieces. And this and that one was just a good one. And I was just truly the way she hit it, that's what made me so excited. But here's another one. Look at this one. She hit this one. She buried the trees even lower, so they look more like bushes now than an actual tree. And then from different angles, it's completely gone. Like, you don't see it. That's the magic. That's the idea. And it's perfection the way she does it. Okay, so here we're gonna continue, right? And look at this. I fell in love with this. Look at the way she divides it. We get this. It made the way she used the flower boxes to make the tile in between the fields so small because of the rock paths, because of the flower boxes. It makes the illusion like you got this tiny little square. And then the new flower boxes create this edging all across the flower beds. It's just the texture, right? It's just when you look at this combination, the whole concept between the rock pathing and the flower beds, and it's the new one that gives you those little trunks, the little trunk feel to them. That combination put together is amazing. So I think a lot of people are gonna love that, because I didn't even think about that. I didn't even think about doing something like that. And again, this is why island tours are just fantastic, because everybody brings something different. It's something that we don't think of, and I just like that detail. That detail was so good. The combination of the two pathing was amazing. But again, every farm has their own little tractor area. I like Soho's because a lot of them I've seen that are very tall. This is the first one that I seen is very low, like almost the same height. So it just had a different feel, right? And it just made it feel more exactly for that. And it worked out really well, because everything over here is very cozy, very small. Like everything is in a smaller scale. It's not a humongous farm, right? So building a smaller garage for the tractor made perfect sense. And I think it just it's amazing. I don't know if she's planning it on purpose or it just happens, but it really flows, and it flows so well. So we ended up now, we're in the sleeping, we're in the next day. Here we are. So now we backtrack to where we started, right? Because we ended up the whole section of the island. So now we're coming back and start walking this section. And I'm still in love with this canal, this water canal that leads towards the center of the island. It's just amazing. And I want you guys to really look at it. Take a screenshot right now, because this idea is fantastic. And one of the thing that makes this idea look so good is the separation between the sidewalk, then you got grass, then you got cement, and then you got water. You know, so your pathing is way out here. Then you have a little break between the grass, right? That is so good. And then you get your cement. So so you got more to look at. And I still love this. I still love how I've not seen this. I've not seen this in any bridge, in any island. And the way she just makes that little canal underneath the bridge, just a little gap for the water to go through it, is such a good touch. It makes it more unique. It's just a good style. And she was telling me that that's something that she sees around her area in Europe, and all of that is actually based on real structures. So I was like, man, I love that. I love to hear when people base some builds based on real places, on real bridges or ideas that they see in the real world, because I think that's what makes even Dinkum more different. It makes the build feel different and more unique, you know, and I love that. I love that. So okay, so here we are, and look at this back here. You see the water, we got sitting places, and I like that she left it all dirt. Normally we would have put wood, maybe we would have done some type of tile, right? But she left it very nature, very outdoor, and it feels really good to walk. It feels really good to experience. And look at this. I love this. I love the way she just, look at how she puts that in the water right there. I would never would have thought of just putting that flower pot right there, the copper one, on the water, but she makes it work. She makes it look really good. Again, it's those little details. The way she uses the item, again, is truly amazing. My mind just going 100 different directions, because ideas, scenarios, composition, the way we can work some things out is so good. I love this vine fence. Look at this vine fence. It's strictly just for decoration. That's it. And this little piece of vine fence is just for decoration. And it looks so good. It gives you that extra height, but at the same time gives you that greenery that goes with this area right here. And it's just so good. So great. It's I don't know how many times I'm gonna say it, but Soho, amazing job. I just love your composition. Again, look at the vine fence right here. Now this one, again, decoration, but it just goes well because we got the hedge arch, right? And it's just the composition, it just works. The combination of everything. And look at all these barrels with the kegs. It's just amazing. And look at all the flowers. And this build is really good, you know. Look at the details. Look how everything flows. And then she uses the ladder fence to go in between each of the rows of the bushes. And then when the bushes grow, it kind of hides it. But you get that extra element of design, item, depth, height, colors, you know, because it's not just green and red and yellow. Now you add that little like tan color or brown, and it's just the whole combination. Look at it. It looks fantastic. It's very nice. It's so pleasing to the eye to look at, to enjoy, you know. And this is such a great idea. This is such a good centerpiece. Then she puts the town name right there, and look, and you got one stone up over here. You got the kangaroo on the other side. Look at that. And look at that, how that kangaroo just floats there. It's amazing. Again, truly amazing work by an amazing designer. And look at this mini game right here. And again, more benches. And look at those sitting areas. And look at this one. She made a sitting area where you can take a picture with the town's name. And it's so good. So good. And this is why I love. That's what I was saying in the beginning. Every sitting area has a purpose. I truly believe it. I truly believe that she was testing every sitting place in this town, because every time you sit, there's just gorgeous views all around it. And look at this, as we get closer, it just gets better. It gets better and better, and this fountain fell so perfectly, and the design, just the way she goes around it with the water, it's just amazing. I just love everything. Look at all the flowers, look at all the bushes, and look, we just missed it, but we're gonna go back over there. But look at this view. Take this in. This is amazing. It's so good. Oh my goodness. And look at this view from the back. Because we were looking at the whole time, looking it forward, looking the way, heading towards the town, right? But when we look backwards, look leading towards the ocean. You know, and that's one of the other things that I took in is this town starts very close to the ocean too, right? So when we see that, when you see the back view, it's just ocean. So it's a whole different feel, a whole different experience when you walk in this town, when you're taking in the views and the sight, and then the museum area. I like that she picked this specific fish. It's just to display. You got your emeralds, you got your rubies, and it's just so good. And then I like that she did this dig site in the back of the museum, just to give it something else. And then she put stuff down in the different holes, in the different sections, and it's good. And I like this museum. It's not too big, but it's not too small. It fits the town perfectly, because as we see with all the other builds, it is flowing perfectly. You know, it doesn't feel like it doesn't belong. It feels perfect for this town. But look at this. Look at that dig site. It's so cool. You know, and she put an amber down there. We got a fossil. You see some bones. She left some of the rocks, and it just works. It works so good. And again, I want you guys to look at all the tree placement. It's very, very good the way she uses the trees, because it breaks down the views. It breaks down the composition of the area. So it is giving you more height. And some of them, if you notice, they bury even lower, so they don't look too tall. So she's thinking in so many different directions, and it's so cool. It's so cool. I can't wait till we get to the interview portion, because I love the way she explains. I love the way she talks to get to know more of Soho, right? But again, she has another tripod here. This is another great picture area. But again, look at the composition. This centerpiece for the market it's just so good. I like the 4 stalls. She has fountains right over here, and with the water there, with the flower pots next to them. And again, she's using dirt, the rock path, and then on the inside, then she's using the different tile for the path. It's like we go from one type of pathing to another one, then to another one, and it works. It just completely works. And the combination, because it's not just that it works, but it's also the color scheme. Because look over here, she got the rock path, but and then she has a deck where all this the stores are sitting at. But it goes well with the combination, right? You got a dark brown with the green, with the rocks. You got rocks, you got the small rocks as the pathing. You got rocks in the area of the big one, so it kind of makes sense, right? You got the big rocks that they break down, they become smaller rocks, and that's how you get all this rock pathing. And it's just great. And then look at all the barrels, look at the crates, look at everything that she's putting in all these different directions, and all the items she's using for the furniture store right over here is on point. Even the furniture outside the furniture store is color coordinated, and it's good. It just works in every level that we can think of. The combination is perfect. And I like that she uses a lot of the new mothy brick path, because the way she's using it works on her island so good. Because her island, as we can see, right, it has a town feel, but it's very nature at the same time. But everything is not nature, right? Because you feel like you're in a town. But she's using that combination. She's using all those earth tones, right? She's using the browns and the greens and the mothy paths. The way she's using it, like right here next to the brick, it just makes sense. And at the same time, it's like algae is growing because of the ocean, because of the water, of the elements. Just right here, look at this. It just, I just love seeing stuff like this. And then this is Soho's little island. This is where she works. And first thing she told me is it's not the prettiest place in the world, because she's not on this area. It's all about work. It's storage places. This is where she just puts all her tools, everything that she needs, things that she grabs. So it's not the most pretty place in the world, and she really wanted me to emphasize that. And that's completely understandable. This could be probably the last thing she will ever work, because this is where she gets to work. She gets her stuff. This is where, but it's cool to see areas like this too, right? Because a lot of people don't know what they want to do, how they want to design their storage area, their storage units. There's many designs out there, many ways to approach it, many ways to do it. But the way she does her works really well. She went again with the green and the black and the browns. And back here you have the brown and the yellow tones. And it's, again, even though she is not working in the sense of decorating this section, it looks really good. It works, and it's just fantastic. And then slowly she's incorporating the original dock again to work with her island. And I think, again, that's something that we're seeing more and more, right? Using the original dock to bring it and connect it to our islands. And I think that's so good, the way people are doing that. But okay, so we leave her little island right behind, and now we go back to where we left off in the town, and we get to the bandstand area. And look at this. This is gorgeous. It's a gorgeous picnic area, park style area. Makes perfect sense with the way we celebrate in Dinkum, and with like everybody, so if all the NPCs could be sitting down, villagers. And look, she got the plush toys, like the little kangaroo right over there on the floor. It works. It just, look at this. And then look at this pearl path. She uses it like they're imitating like coolers and fridge and anything like that. And I thought that was so clever to break it up, to make it feel a little different. And like we have a little where we keep the ice or anything cold. And I think that was just so clever, so good. And to use that, because we see the pearl path a lot in pools, in waters, but seeing it like that out in the open, I thought that was so clever, so good. I think a lot of people are gonna love that, and a lot of people are gonna take inspiration of that, because it gives you a little break from the normal, from the same tiles that we keep using. And I think that's great. And again, look at this. We have a little dock over here that ties into the bandstand area, and I like how she does all those fruits, right? Look at those fruits on the side, looks really good. But then this view. And guys, once we get here to that side that we're gonna leave for last, those builds are so good, so amazing. But I love, look at, again, this is what I keep saying, every time we sit down, there's so many amazing views, and this is just gorgeous. Just take it in. It's amazing. So again, how you do it, how you combine the elements and the build, the distance between things and one another is amazing. But okay, here we are. This build, you know, I seen this build a couple times. I seen her when she's building her on the stream. I seen her when she posted pictures. And this is the famous Franklin Memorial. This is something that it was kind of like a challenge that the KD gentlemen wanted us to do, creators to do a Franklin Memorial on their islands. And I'm telling you, Soho did one of the best ones. This is just gorgeous. Talk about a memorial for Franklin. This is 100% so good, so legit. The composition, the openness, the columns, the height, everything. And then it's like, look at this. Once we get up here and you see the view of the town, it's so good the way she's planning it, so good the way she designed it, and everything came out so proportional to the town, to the side, the way it leads the view to these areas. I just love the way everything looks. You know, you can stand here and just stare at it, look at it, enjoy it, take it in. This is an amazing screenshot. This could be an amazing wallpaper. It's just beautiful. And then as we look down around us, look at the copper flower bases. They look so good with the marble in this area with the hibiscus. And look how they go down. Look at the water beds, and then you get some of the lily pads in different. She's not overdoing it. She's not putting way too much. Just a few over here, a few over here, and it's perfection. It's just complete perfection. Okay, so now as we walk and we go through here, again, look at the flower boxes, very, not too many, just separated, just hiding those hard corners, because we're making a turn here, right? And a lot of times we're having a hard time. We want to curve our roads, but you know, everything is square. So I like the illusion that she made by using the flower boxes to hide the hard corner, to give us some greenery, and then it kind of makes the road want to curve. And then this, the first time that I ever came to Soho's Island and I saw the way she does her mountain, let's call it, like the way she scaled the ground down between the ramps, the different levels, and the trees, leaving open areas, but everything is just scaling down instead of just being a wall of dirt. The way she's scaling everything down, and not everything has to have a completely, some areas are tall, some areas are low. Look how she separates all the trees. I remember the first time I came, that really moved me, and it touched me to start creating my waterfalls in a different way, you know, and starting to practice different levels, elevation inside the actual mountain. And that's because the inspiration that Soho gave me of her build, it really started making me think, okay, I need to think, how can I bring a mountain from the very top and start working on the way down? And that's one of the best examples, the way she did it right there. I love this little section right here. It's a little gacha machine. It's like a little secret area. You come over here and you kind of gambling, but it's another cool idea. If you guys are looking for ideas on how to use your gacha machines, this is a good one. You know, this is, take a screenshot, see how she did it, and then start doing that in your island. Create a section for your gacha machines, because I think we don't do that enough, right? We don't use enough gacha machines. We don't have them enough. Most people got one or two, but that was such a good idea, and I think a lot of people will want to do that. It'll bring another type of element into your island, another design, another build, and I think it's really excellent. So here we got the Franklin area, and again, look at how she incorporates all the rocks everywhere. She's a fan like me. We love the stone one. She's really good at placing rocks. I mean, I'm telling you, she's really good. And she does it, I feel like she does it in such a good way, because they're all in different heights, they all curve, they all have, like, it's not just a clump of rocks. It's like when you see the rocks, they're spread out and they feel natural. They feel like they just belong in the actual place where she's putting them. And I think that's what makes the rock one unique as a tool, because if you do it right, it could make it feel like you never did it. It looks like the rocks were always there. And I always feel like when I'm walking Soho's Island, right? And every time I see a rock, I truly can't tell, was this one here or did she place it? And I think that's how good she is, you know. Okay, and then this is another build that I was really excited about. The first time I came, I love her composition of the mine. Look at this mine. It's leading you under the temple. That's just so amazing storytelling right there. Then the next thing is, it makes it feel like you actually going underground. There's something about the composition. There's something about the lighting. And I think also the water running next to it, and also all the trees. The way this composition is done, it really makes it feel like you are going to go down. There's some elevation, there's some height, and I'm telling you, it has to be the composition between the pine trees, because it feels almost hidden, and it feels like you go down, but it also has to be because you have this temple right behind it, so you got all that extra height and elevation, and you know what's up there. I do believe that whole combination makes that mine entrance feel so realistic, and I love it. I completely love it. But here we are again. This is the other side, and again, look at the different height levels of the dirt, of the mountain, how she's going up and down in different sections. That's how you do it. That's really, and that's what motivated a lot of my builds when I'm working on waterfall, to create that level. You know, it's great. Okay, so now we're back on daytime. I love this bridge, the way we crossed it. You hit this little pathing, right? And look at the rocks, look at the water, look at the flowers and the greenery and the trees. I'm telling you, again, I know this is gonna be a broken record, but it's just amazing. It's truly so good, and I love all the composition. I love all the coloring. I love the layout, the spacing. And another thing that I want you guys to really take in, and really look at it, is the spacing between the trees. Look at the spacing. Every time you see a tree, and look where the other one's at, and then look at a tree again and look at the other one. They're about 2 squares away, sometimes 3. They're not so close, they're not so far. They have breathing room, and I've been seeing that in this island. Like there's this breathing room. When there has to be breathing room, they're a little more separated. It makes it feel like you can walk. It doesn't feel like it's all just so full, but it does makes it feel on your sky, right? When you're walking, when the top level, there's always tree. Like right here, guys. Look at this field again. Look at all those flowers. Look at the doggo on the field of flowers. I mean, that's another like screenshot right there. There's the doggo on the flower. Beautiful. But look at it, because all these trees makes the sky feel full, right? But at the same time, they're separated. So every time you're walking, it's not like you feel like you're hitting trees. But when you look at them from far away, like right here, if you look right here and you look past the bridge, you see all those trees. You're like, wow. But then when you walk in the area, it's open. It's that illusion that makes the sky feel full, gives you high, doesn't feel empty, but it feels full, and it's great. And then this blew my mind. First time seeing it, not seeing it, elevated animal houses. But what made it unique and what made it work is because she used the ramps. I'm telling you, I mean, you can ask Soho, you can ask her right below on the comments, and ask her how excited I was about this. This is why you see my character. I just like, and the animals use it. The animal actually climb up the ramps. Look right there. That's what I'm talking about. That's to see this. This is why island tours, they're important. They're truly important, and they're important to look at. They're important to kind of look at every detail, to look at every aspect and talk about it, because that is amazing. And I can't wait to see now more people doing this, because it's okay to have all the houses flat in the same level. It looks so good too, right? But it's good to have a little elevation, a little bit different, a little section, just depending what you're doing. You don't want to overdo it. But this was so good. I was so in love. I was truly in love the way she used the ramps. She doesn't just use the ramps on her mountains. She doesn't use ramp on her oceans, but she's using ramps on her farms. And that's what Soho brings to Dinkum. That's the uniqueness of what she does and brings to the community, you know? And it's just amazing. And the other thing, this is a petting zoo area, right? And it's gorgeous. It's so good. Look at the landscaping again. This section, I know I was talking a lot about the ramps, but look at this section. And then look, ramps again, going up on this section, and then another grass, the yellow grass. I love all the grasses, and I love seeing that here. I love that, because imagine right now all it was green and green. It gives you a little separation, and then she has some yellow, but look, underneath the other houses is the better grass, the green ground, right? And I feel like that gives more to the build, more to the area. It made it feel more realistic, you know? And it's so good. And then you got the pockets of water, you got all the feeders, you got the chicken houses. It's just This petting zoo area is absolutely gorgeous, but truly, it was the Rams. I mean, I was truly blown away, and I was right here commenting her like how excited I was that she used another type of grass to break a little bit of this green. I thought that was such a smart move. And then this section here, okay, this is a first. I've not seen it. We use them as toy, but this is the baby ones. You know, the idea of the wombats having a little section. These are the babies. This is, you know, and she caged them in because they're growing up right here. They're the babies of the farm. I thought that was so good. I thought that idea was so great, and I know a lot of people are gonna love this idea. A lot of people are gonna be doing this, and that's again the uniqueness of Soho. Is thinking outside the box, thinking all the ways to bring and to create all these amazing builds. And I like that she did the fence. Look at the fence in the front, but behind it is a rock. So it's like, it's clever. It's completely clever. Okay, so now we backtrack. So we're back again to kind of where the main entrance is at. And again, another little seating area, 2 benches. The vine fence is beautiful behind benches. Guys, vine fence and benches together, beautiful combination. Is if you're stuck and you have a little square, you don't know what to do, screenshot this right here. Look at this composition, take a screenshot, put that in your island. That's a good area where you can fill up a space and add it in. And if you notice, I don't know if you noticed throughout the video, but mailboxes just in different corner. There was another island that I saw that not too long ago, and they were doing the same thing. So this is just amazing. And here we are in an orchard. Very nice. Orchards are it's something that almost everybody does on their island. They're really great. I like the way she did hers. At the same time, it's just beautiful, spacious, great to look at. And here's another screenshot. This is another screenshot area, another great seating area. And look at this view. This is what I'm telling you guys. There's so many amazing seating areas in this island. Look at that gorgeous view of the lake, of the building right down there. There's the bar and the jacaranda tree. Purple in combination with all the greens and all the gumwood. Guys, really look at all the gumwood trees that she uses on top of all the other trees. It just creates a more, you know, more landscape to look at. It's not just always the same. But, you know, everybody's taste is different. I will always say that, and it's okay. If you're not a fan of the gumwood tree, that's completely okay. But I just want to showcase it here in Soho's Island, that it looks really good when you have more multi-12, because it gives you all these different tones of green. But I think it's really good. And again, as we're walking and we get in this little section of her island, it's a lot of farming, a lot of areas to, you know, you do your coffee, sitting area for breaks, cooking your food. We have a storage area, and it's kind of like a very work area, right? You come over here, you're gonna farm, you have a little break, a little section here, and then this, I never seen this, and I thought this was so unique and different. You know, she has a mushroom farm, and I didn't know that they will duplicate on the flower beds. So if you guys never knew that, maybe a lot of you guys did. I don't use a lot of mushrooms in my decoration, but they grow, and that I thought that was really cool. And then that way you don't have to keep going down to the mines and grab them. So I thought that was very clever. Okay, so now we get to the other section of the island, and guys, we get into the farm. We're getting to see some amazing farm design, especially because it's not something new, but Soho brought something new into the game. The way she decorated, the way she added the details, the way she did some things that looks really good, and I'm excited to get there. But okay, so we're looking at the entrance, and I like this rearrangement. Look how she did the lily seeds bushes, the tall one. She actually burying them lower. You know, there's so many people that do that. They bury their trees. I want to do that. I keep forgetting, but when I see it here, I love it. And the way she put the fountain and everything just sunken down and everything is surrounded, it's just another. If you got to that point, take a screenshot. Put it in your island, because that's a nice centerpiece. And tweak it and make it your own at the same time. And here's another corner. It's kind of like a reverse waterfall. You see it on your way out, you don't see it on your way in, but it's just pretty. And then I like that this little water there's this canal that leads all the way down to the river. And we're gonna open the map and look at this. And it's just a little aesthetic. It's just little things that you see, details that make the island more unique. It just flows, it makes it feel better. And that's what I always feel. I always feel like some of the details is what really makes a build. And look at this entrance. And I like how she actually hide the bridge, the corners with the trees. I thought that was smart because you forget about it. You completely forget about it. Then you got the vine right there that in the combination with all the hardwood, it blends in so well. So when you look at it from far away, everything blends. So it looks like this nature entrance. And again, so good. Jacaranda tree, flower bed boxes, super great combination. I know a lot of you are gonna love this, but then it's farm. And look at how it just looks, right? You come into this bridge, you get to this open plaza right here, and then farm. And I thought that this view, I thought it was good. It was like, that's why I stood there and I was talking with Soho like, wow, I seen this in other islands, right? And sometimes it hits hard, other times it looks great. And there was something about this one that just seeing it as soon as you walked in, it gave me a feeling. And then when I got up on the bridge right here, I was like, wait a minute, I see something different here. What am I looking at? And I was like, wait, you have water. Because she did the pinwheel, right? The pinwheel design for farm that a lot of people love to do. But look at the water. And then again, look at the water tank, surrounded by rocks, surrounded by trees, but then water. And then in between the water, she put the bricks and the moss bricks where the tractor can actually go. So when she's harvesting, she can drive. I was just this was unique. This was a first. I love seeing this. This is such a good design. And I love that water. Now we're in the helicopter because I was like, she's like, you need to see it from the air. And I'm like, okay, I'm ready. Bring this. And I love this view. I love seeing the water in between the farmland. I just thought that was so good. And I really fell in love with this. I truly fell in love with the design, with the idea behind it. And then the way she hiding the water tanks in between with the rocks, with the trees, and again, the gumwoods, So if you don't like the gumwoods, but you're in the farmland, I think gumwood looks really good in a farmland because it's a bright green on the top and the white trunks. I think it's a great combination. But look at this. I truly was really excited about this idea, about this, and I was so excited that you guys are gonna see it and enjoy it, and how many of you are gonna really start doing this, because I really think it brings something extra to your islands. Look at this. That's just amazing, amazingly good, amazingly clever. And I love seeing designs like this that they added something extra on top of another idea. Okay, so we land the helicopter and now we get ready. So we get ready to hit the main part, the main farmland. And I don't know what I'm expecting, At first, I walked in, I was looking at like, wow, look at this coffee and all this, like. But then my eyes caught what's on the background. And then I started seeing the field and seeing all the light posts. And there was something about using this specific light post, right? He really made it feel like some of the farms that I've seen in real life. The tone of the light post with that wood and the green, that combination, the pairing, the layout, there's something about this view. I really want you guys to look at this. Really look at it. Look at all the scarecrows. Look at all the farm. Look at the way that all the lights are set up. Look at all the water tanks. There's something about this that makes it feel, I don't know what it is, but it makes it feel so real and professional. It makes it feel like a real place. Like I'm in a real place looking at a real farm. Like I've been to real farms, I've been to real places that do this, and that's the feel that I get. It's really and it could be the crops, it could be the way the crops are, that this type of crop with this type of combination, it makes it feel very good. But even though when you see the sugar canes right over here and you see the hay, but that green, this particular green looks so good. It made the farm stand out to me, and I fell in love with this design. I fell in love with this idea, and I never seen a farm with this many lights. But look at the separation. The separation is important, and now take it in, take a screenshot right now, take a screenshot, because I think this is important. Is the separation of the lamps. I think that what gives it that feel. They're not too close, they're not too far apart, and it's very visual pleasing to the eye. Like when you're looking at it, when you look at it right now, it's very, it makes you happy, right? Are you guys getting that? It makes me happy. I feel really great, and I love the feel. So here we are now. I wanted to see how everything was going to illuminate at dark. So we're waiting for everything to get dark. Everything's going to go down. The light is setting in, and then look at this lighting. And I think this is why it's important that these light posts are separated the way they are, because they are giving you this specific light, this specific mood that I believe is so important for this build. This is it's everything. It's the separation between the harvest, right? You got your square, you got your walkways, you got your big path also for the tractors, you got all the scarecrows that are also important for this, and that's the combination. And again, as we're flying, and if you love this, take a screenshot. Look at how everything divided. See, squares and square and square and square. And I think that's what makes this such a unique farm, such a unique viewing experience, such a unique design that's very visually pleasing. And I think that's so important, because you know, when we play design games, it's not just designing structures, it has to be pleasing, right? That's why color coordinating is important. You know, that's why when you paint a home, when you're redecorating, everything has to have a flow, a combination of colors and everything. And I thought that farm had that. I had, because of the crops, the lights, the lamps, the scarecrow, it just really made it work so well. But okay, so we did this fly. So as we were flying, you probably saw a couple obstacles. You saw a ramp, you saw arrows and glowing. So we are in a gaming area, part of her island. And guys, more and more of you guys are designing amazing tracks, jet ski races, mule races, helicopter races, and Soho, she's one of those. There are amazing creators with her community, because that's also important. You know, it's not just in some of these builds, it's not just Soho, and it's her community, people with her that play together in the German community that are building amazing places like this. So we're in the recreation area, right? Here we are. We got GerseBurgers. That's right. GerseGames has its own little burger stall right here, and they're good burgers, guys. If you want a good burger, go to GerseGames stalls. You get really good. So here we got all the streamer shirts that are in the game at the moment. Right here, they look really good. Such a beautiful area to show off all the shirts that are in the game. But now we're gonna go jet ski racing. We're gonna see her track. And the great thing about this track that we're about to run, right? As we're doing the jet ski racetrack, everything is tied up with the mule and then the motorbike. Like sections that we go under the bridges, you use those for another type of race. And I think that's what made this so great. So I am running it a little bit slow, because I want you guys to see the track, right? I want you guys to enjoy it. I want you guys to see it so you guys can get inspiration. But you see these bridges? We're going under these bridges, but at the same time, those bridges are for another type of race. So it's like 3 tracks in combination in the design. And I thought that was clever. Instead of having 3 different tracks in different areas, that idea is not bad, you know? It's just, this is such a clever design, and I really love that. And when we were speaking, and she was explaining with her community, coming up with ideas from one track leading to another track, and I thought that was so good. I love seeing this. And I like this jet ski racetrack too, because you know, if you're really going, if you're really competing, you gotta know when to brake, when to slow down, when to take the curve. I like obstacles like this, obstacles that really make it realistic, good challenge. If you need to jump, you jump and all that. It's not like if you do a mistake, you can get back on the track right away, right? And I think, but then anybody, it could be anybody's game, because one little mess up, it could make the other person get first place. So once we finished that track, I was like, okay, now we need to do the mule ride, because now I'm in the mood, you know. We need to test all this out. We need to show it off, because the community is creating this type, and I think what she created is awesome, and everybody needs to see it. So here are the bridges, right? We just went under all these bridges, right, with the jet ski, but now they're incorporated into the mule races, and I thought that was so good, because it's all these different heights. So I'm slowing down, because I really want to see this. I want to see the way they created this, and it's so clever. It truly is, and it's an amazing. And I like the way they incorporated the bridges to be part of the races for the jet ski, but they're also for the mule. And I thought that was so great. And I like we go from high. Look at that. We do like a circle spin. I felt like I was in Mario Kart. I thought that was really good. But again, guys, take inspiration. You know, races can be done in any way. I seen amazing track from Aussie Nuts. Such a whole island as an obstacle course is just an amazing idea. But then you got tracks like this that are small in design, but look how long it feels. But it's just because there's more turns, but it's all in one area. And I think these are the ideas that people are looking for, right? That you, as you're watching the island tours, that enjoying Dinkum, building Dinkum, and sometimes you may be intimidated by other tracks that are big, but look at this track. It's simple, nice, it's fun. You know, make it the way you want. Make it the way you are gonna have fun, and then you invite your friends, and then they'll come and they'll have fun too. But ideas like this, I think they're always gonna be so important to show, because it shows their creativity, it shows what we can be done. And the items, look, she's using the crocodile statues as obstacle course, so you can either try to jump or try to go around it. And with the mule, you gotta be good at jumping. That's one thing, you gotta time that just right to get on it. But okay, but then another exciting part is the motorbike racetrack, you know. And I can't wait for the trucks. Once the pickup truck gets here, we're gonna have truck racing. And I know it's like James is like, man, the more vehicles I'm adding, the more racing they're doing. And yes, James, we want all that. Give us more vehicles, give us more stuff, we'll make great things with it. But I like this. Look how they did the motorbikes, how the way, if you place them in a certain way, they stay elevated like that as decoration. They look like motorbike statues. And James, give us motorbike statues. Okay, and yeah, so here we go. We're gonna race this track, try to make this jump. We made it, all good. And look at all the obstacle course. Look at how good this looks, you know, right there. You know, I kind of jump a little bit higher, but it was cool. But then I saw something here, so I wanted to stop, like, wait, what is that? But I was like, no, continue racing. We need to keep racing. And I love the way she's using everything around here. Different things for obstacle course to make us stop. Things that are blending in. Some of these plants are green, and you don't see it when you're racing, and then you hit it, and you're like, no, wait, what happened? And look at the stalls, look at the cones. This is just an amazing track. I love it. And look at this jump. That's just so good. I had so much fun doing all the races, all the obstacle courses, because I like this. I like all these ideas. How you have to like slow down, take the curves, and go when to hit the turbo. That's also important. It's like you really gotta be thinking when to hit it, when to go. But then after we finish that, we are flying over. You're gonna see some of the other sections of the track, like some picnic areas, sitting area that are kind of hidden in the track. And I thought that was such a clever idea, you know, is add some extra decorations around the track where it's like seating or picnic. Like it's just nice to see. But this is the view view from the top. But now we're going, you remember when I was doing the motorbike and I slowed down, I was like, what is that? Well, here we are. So first, we're seeing the little memorial. This is a little memorial where all the dirt printers that have moved on after their amazing work on creating this racetrack, you know, they're right here in remembrance because they did such an amazing job creating this, helping out to elevate all this dirt and create this amazing structure. But the structure that's in here is a sunken down ruin. So first thing, I was so impressed by this bridge, the structure of the bridge, the combinations and the ramps. Look at it again. You see the mossy green, you see the ramp, you see that little, that was so good. And you guys know that fountain that I designed? And inside the fountain, I put the ramps. This is where I got the inspiration. When I did this island tour, I was just about to start designing that other fountain. And in my original design, I didn't have those ramps. Because I came to Soho, I added the ramp. But I love the structures of this bridge. This bridge looks really good. Feels like I don't know if you guys ever gone underneath a bridge, underwater, and you feel it. You know, if you're canoeing, kayaking. But that's what it felt, and I was in love with that feeling. But and then we walk this section right here, and it's just ruins. You know, if you're looking at it, it's just a little extra. You know, it's in the middle of a racetrack. It's almost nobody really is gonna see it unless Soho tells you. But they went the extra mile. They created all this extra story to it and around the racetrack. And I love that idea. You know, it could have been just as simple as creating a little mountain and putting trees, keeping it flat, just making it simple. But they went the extra mile and created something. And this is also, in a way, a good practice. Well, if Soho eventually wants to do another sunken down city or something, hey, she's already getting a good practice on, because this is truly amazing. It's really good, and I loved it. And I love the feel. You know, a lot of people are doing this. They're doing underwater caves, underwater cities, underwater just treasure rooms, and it's such a great idea. And then at the end, like always, I'm telling you guys, sitting areas. She has the most unique places, sitting areas, beautiful areas that really stand out, and I loved it. And look, I mean, look at all the bridges, look at all the scenery, all the trees around us, the grass on the top with all the flowers. It truly doesn't get better than what we're seeing. But now, after we leave that area, now we get to our Hunger Games arena. This is something that is catching fire. Catching fire. Okay. This is something that is truly taking Dinkum community by storm. I've seen it in more islands, and it's doing a little PvP with the bow and arrow, you know. And the way to play this game is don't eat. Eat before you start, and no eating to heal, you know, because we had to have a winner and who loses. But people making arenas, people making areas where we just hiding and going out, you know, it's a little Fortnite, it's a little, you know, it's you know, we all have to have a little fun. You know, I sped this along a little bit because it was a little long, but the idea, the way she uses a lot of even some of the other areas, because we have to like hunt and we want to hide, and I thought that area was great. So another fun arena for you guys to take inspiration. But okay, so now this is one of the most exciting parts. This is why we left it to the end. Right now, Soho is working on doing some of the seven wonders of the world, right? The wonders of the world, and she's trying to bring that into Dinkum, and I think this is so good. I think the whole composition of what she's doing in this one is truly amazing. So we're here, we are looking at the Hanging Gardens of Babylon, and the way she's incorporating this idea, the design, and try to create it with all the items that we have in Dinkum. I think she did a fantastic job, and as a structure alone, it looks so pretty, it looks so gorgeous. And what she created right here with the plaza, again, seating areas, a little dog, we got flags, we got pots, we got the trash cans, And the different scheme between the tiles, again, the mossy green path, she's so good using that mossy green path. It's so good. We got the stream sides, we got fountain, we got all the flowers, and then we got the water beds just coming down out of the structure. We got staircase leading up to the top of the structure that we're gonna climb real quick, and mangroves in this area. Look at all the flowers again, the lily pad, things are very. Look at the marble fence as you use it halfway down in the water. I think that's also a great point and a great key when it comes to building, is how we use items to create the illusion of parts that we need to recreate something, right? Look at this rope right there. I thought that was a really nice touch. The rope on the water, I think that's really good. The way she uses the sign, explaining what the build is, and then look at it. Look at this. This is really good. This is amazing. This is builds that I truly enjoy. This is something that I want to do it now. I truly want to do something like this in my island. Bring it as well and do it, because it not just to do the build, but I think it bring beauty into your design. It bring beauty into your island, the idea. And then let's say that you're watching this and you don't want to do this one exactly, but take the idea, take the level, see how she did it, and then create something. Maybe you want to have a sitting area on the top. Maybe you want to create a terrace. You know, the idea behind it, the concept, what she's making is amazing, but you can also grab this idea and make it your own and make something also unique and special in your own way. But this is just so good. You know, we don't have marble steps, but the way she just left them like that works really good, and I thought she did fantastic. And again, the way she puts the plants on top of the marble just like that with nothing else is truly thinking outside the box. I know other people do it. It's not something that I'm accustomed on doing, but I love seeing it, and I just gotta get brave enough to do it. But look at this view. Look at this view. Look at the top view. Again, amazing work by Soho. I watched this video. I watched it. I was just so impressed and blown away. And then being here in person, seeing it, it's just amazing. It truly is. And I've enjoyed so much just seeing this, seeing her structure, the way she did it, the way all the items that she used, and to pull off this vision, I think is credit. I mean, it's just wow. Soho, again, amazing, incredible job that you did, and it's so exciting to see more creativity, more ways to bring things, bringing more design into Dinkum, using items in different ways that we would never think of using. And I love that. I love that about you. I love that you design like that. And it really, really brings a smile to my face that if you will see it right now, is ear to ear. I'm telling you, ear to ear. But okay, so she did one. So now she's working on her second one. And it's right here. So this is the Mausoleum. I can't pronounce the rest of the name because I know I'm gonna just not do it justice. But the sign is right there. And look at this. Again, take the idea. If you need to design something else with the composition is so good. It's just so good. I love it so much, Soho. Just seeing it again as I'm doing this, as I'm talking about it, I'm just blown away and so impressed once again. I just look at the detail. Look at the hedges all the way around, the iron fence, all the trees, just everything just works so well. The marble fence on top, that's going down on that second level, warping around, and on top again is so good. I just like seeing all those details, and I want you guys, everybody that's watching this, to appreciate it. And now we got to the best part of the video. For me, it's always to talk one-on-one with the creators. So here we go. Alright guys, we just finished touring Soho's island. Such a beautiful and amazing place. It's unbelievable everything that we just saw, everything that we are learning by this island, especially the ramps. How many of you love all those ramps, ideas, the way she's using them? It's mind-blowing. It truly is. So Soho, How are you doing? How are you doing today?
Hi, Jersey. Nice to have you here, and thank you for coming to me and visiting the island. I'm fine. I was very, very excited today, and it was such a nice tour. And I'm very, very glad that you like the island and that you love the ramps, the using of the ramps.
Oh, yes. I mean, and I was so excited when you invited me when I got that message. And I was like, it's that time. I can go to Soho's Islands and tour because I had a glimpse. I came here. We built a lighthouse together.
Mhm.
And I was going all over the place. I was looking at this and looking at this. And I was so excited because you are so creative. You're so talented. And and we just saw that today in this island. There's so many original, wonderful ideas and collaborations that you've done with your community that is presented in your island. And so how that is while working with your community in your island. How does that work?
It works very, very great. We're just becoming friends in the little small in my small community. It's so great, and they all have so great ideas. And also, it's great to have help to bring you stuff if you are building. And also, they are the most time in my live streams too, and that's very good too. And they love it, and I love to play with them. I think the
Yeah.
multiplayer part is the best part of being Dinkum.
Yes, 100% multiplayer. The multiplayer in Dinkum is becoming big. Is you can see more people are playing it. They're getting the game because they want to play with their friends and they see and we did your racetrack. We did your jet ski races. We did the Mew races, and it's just amazing. And then a while back when I was here, that I will link the video of that stream. We did your scavenger hunt. It's a full blown game, and it's amazing. It's amazing what you and your community have been able to do, creating all these mini games. It's just so great.
Thank you, thank you. I don't know what to say now.
It's fine. It's just I love it. I when I come to island tours and do all this discovering and hearing about creators and their community, how they get together and what they come up with and what they build is truly amazing. And you and I talk already that we are gonna have you on Decom Talks, so the interview won't go as deep as normally we do, but we do want to answer some questions. People are here, people want to get to know you, and all of that. So one question that I do want to ask is, how did you discover Dinkum, and why are you still playing Dinkum? What is it about Dinkum that makes you want to continue to play it and to show it to the world?
Well, Dinkum is just a game I found on Steam, and it was like a game I played before. We all know what it is. I don't want to say it's the one with the animals, right? Okay, I don't say anymore. Yes, and Dinkum is such a great game. You can be creative, you can build stuff, you can just look around, and you can relax in Dinkum, and that's also you can if I play Dinkum, I lose or I forget everything around me, and I love it. It's just to dive into another world.
Oh, that's
You know what I
nice.
mean?
Yeah,
I think
no,
that's
definitely.
why.
Definitely.
Hmm.
And I mean, when I started playing Dinkum, even before YouTube and all of that, it was a very nice escape. I come
Yeah.
home from work, and it was late at night, and it was my winding down time, and it was Dinkum. That's
Hmm.
what I came to play. It was nice, relaxing, nice little background music. There was no pressure. You don't. It's not. Oh, I need to do this, and I need to do this, and
Hmm.
oh, I need to make sure I get all this stuff done. It's you can do whatever you want. If you don't want to take care of your crops, and you want to do design, and it was such a nice game for that. But now it's being blown up. People now are decorating and doing more creative builds, and you see how the community just keeps growing. So I truly understand what you were saying right there. It's true. It's very relaxing.
Absolutely, it is. Yes, and also I love the community of Dinkum. It's great.
Yes, I
It's
can.
so nice.
Yeah,
Mm.
the community keeps growing. Everybody is super supportive. there's more creators out there playing Dinkum, showing Dinkum. And one of the things that I remember, one of the first time you and I started talking when I came to your island, is that you were hoping the German community will embrace Dinkum more. And I feel like that
Yes.
has happened. I feel like I seen your channel, I see your videos, and I feel like there's now more. The German Dinkum community has grown.
Community is currently growing a lot. More and more people are playing Dinkum, and I'm happy to be a part of this community and to spread the Dinkum spirit. I think you know what I mean.
Mm-hmm.
It's also very nice to see how the worldwide community connects with each other, and somehow everyone knows everyone. I mean, everyone knows you, everyone knows KD and Spec and Ginger Empire, and also the players. I mean, like Sharma or Gamer Mom, you know, that are all
Yes.
names, but we each other know everyone, and friendships are growing or develop, or Dinkum has made friendships, and it's a great change of ideas, and people help each other and have a lot of fun. That's what I like the most of Dinkum.
Yeah, and it's so true. You know, people are getting to know each other, and then yeah, there are more now content creators. There's more people playing Dinkum, but at the same time, there's those names like you mentioned, like that you hear that they're in everybody's stream, and they're just helping
Yes.
out, and
Hmm.
they're part of like the creator community, but they don't have their own channels, but they're their own rip stream, and they're their own Ginger stream. They may be on your stream or on Spec stream, and they're
Yes.
always there helping the community out. They just bounce, and it's really cool to see. So exactly like you
Hmm.
said, we all becoming friends. The community is growing. The community is very nice, and it's not just one specific community. It's a worldwide community. Everybody's just getting together
Yes.
and playing Dinkum, and it's been fun. It's been great.
Absolutely. Yes.
Okay, so I'm gonna save some other questions for Dinkum talks in the future, but I think another one that I know people would like to know, because we just walk your island, is your creative process. How does your creative process work? How you come up with your ideas? How do you base them on? All of that. Like, how does that work? How Soho operates?
How Soho operates. I have just an idea in my head, and I just try to bring it out. I just start to build, and it comes out. The most time it comes out very good, but for bigger builds like the World Wonder, or also the Frederick Memorial, or my center of the town, I planned it on my, and I built it the first time on my test island first.
Yeah.
So it's just a huge build, and you have to use many dirt printers, and I don't want to destroy my island, and that's why I use the a whole island for testing, my testing area. But anyway, every time I just started to play, and that's how it works. And sometimes I have a little help from my community too, when I stuck inside something. Maybe you know this. You notice you have to change to another build, maybe, or to another place just to do other stuff. And after a while, I come back and finish that. And sometimes when we are playing together with the community, then it's like I'm getting ideas from my friends, and they
Yes.
say, "Oh, you can place this item here, or we can do it like this, or do you like that?" And it all comes together.
And
But the
that's
most time,
yeah.
it's just I start to play.
Yeah, that's so good. There has been many items that has come from Soho. The inspiration, like some the way you use your tables in the farmers market, that exploded. The way you designed it, the pool chairs. That also was a Soho inspiration, and everybody started putting them in
Mm.
their islands, making their own pool chairs and putting the marble, and then just having that design and using the
Hmm.
ramps. And again, another clever way that you started using ramps. So a lot of the community, I know, they have gotten all that inspiration from you, and then has spread. And just like you said, we are here to inspire each other, to get ideas, and then to try to bring those ideas to our islands. And I think that's why island tours are so important because it's showcasing new ideas, new way to approach. From a plant to a ramp to a tree to a rock. It doesn't matter the way you use them, because for another person they never thought about it to use it like that. For us maybe simple, but for another person it's like, oh wow. And I get blown away. I just like what I saw with your ramps, just the way I saw you put trees down in the ground, and those little ideas just keep making the game even better and better, and more discoveries, and it just makes it fun.
Yes, absolutely. You're absolutely right. I'm with you.
Okay, so we're almost there, almost at the end of the interview. Gonna do one more question, and it's basically, if you, what would be something that you think the game could use, or something that would you like to tell James, in the sense of like, oh, I would like to see this in the future. It could be from an item, mechanic, just anything that you feel like it will keep helping the game to become better.
Yes, I want to talk about my favorite idea. I told it already to the Dinkum Discord. I wish there would be an ice cream machine. You
Yes.
could. Okay, that would be a great item. I just thinking about it, just fun. And yeah, I think basically we need more items for decorating. I think that's very, very important. And also we need some more fun items like balls or that to play around with, or maybe some water toys for the summer update or whenever it comes. It's done when it's done, so no hurry, James, no hurry. But please give us an ice cream machine.
Ice cream machine.
Yes, we could make ice cream with all the fruits we have on our island, and we could put them in little cones, and we can do ice cream with the fruits and milk.
There we go. We heard
What
it
about
here
that?
first. Soho wants an ice cream machine. I know Jamie is listening, because he's always listening. I know that. So we'll see. We'll see. That'd be an exciting item. I think it will work great. It gives us more decorating, and I think it's
Yes.
actually a very good idea. Having an actual machine out here. And that can also work with vending machines. It'd be cool to see vending
Yes.
machines, and so we can put vending machines across the island, like a drink machine, your candy machine, potato chips machine, and we can put them in our plazas, around the bandstand, outside the stores, and incorporate those machines with the other ones that we already got in the game. I forgot. I blanked out, guys. The one that you get the prices.
Yeah, the gacha machine.
Yeah, the
Is
gacha
that
machine.
gacha?
Yeah,
Yes. Yeah.
I blanked out there. But yeah, it's just more machines like that you see in real life that are more, just snacks machine, anything, drink machine. I think all that would be really cool. And it goes with the ice cream machine idea. So I think that'd be awesome. Well,
Yeah. Thank you.
Well, Soho, I'm so excited that you invited me, that you reached out, that we're here, we tour your island. We got to see amazing designs, amazing ideas. I think the community is gonna be more inspired again. There's so many designs, all the way from your farm, the way the farm is laid out, the decorating, the inside, the pinwheel farm design, the way you incorporated the water and the bricks and the pathing and all the scarecrows, and all of that for people that love the farming is just amazing. And I can't thank you enough that you gave me this opportunity to come here, to explore your island, to look at every detail. I know it takes a lot of time, but I'm so grateful for you that you let me come and do this.
I have to say thank you, and I very appreciate that you like my island, and I love your feedback. Thank you for that, girls.
Well, again, thank you for having me. Thank you for letting me be here and to explore your island. You have such a beautiful island, and I'm excited to see the feedback and what people say and how much inspiration people will get from this.
Yeah, me too. Thank you for coming, Jersey. Now I say it right. Okay, and then yeah, you are every time you are welcome, very welcome. And when I'm done with the other World Wonders, I will re-invite you. I will invite you again. So
Sounds great. Can't wait.